Hey, Mary, welcome to Timelines. This is great. Your husband, Mike Sheehan, set this up at the last minute. We've gone about 20 days without missing an interview, and you're here. So tell us, first of all, where are you physically? What city, what town? Stowe?
Stowe, Ohio, which is not far from Akron or Cleveland, Ohio.
And we know you're a pharmacist for 2 decades.
Yep.
What made you decide to become a pharmacist?
I think at that point, I just didn't know what I wanted to be. I knew I liked science. I knew I liked biology. I knew I wanted to help people. And that seemed like something that could do all of those things. I really, really, truly loved like science and how the body worked. So I knew I didn't want to be a doctor because of the blood and that kind of thing. So pharmacy was very chemistry, right? I love chemistry. So I thought that would be a good fit.
That's very good.
I didn't know much about it. It's not the best reason to go into something. And, now that I've been in it for a while, I kind of want to segue out into something else. But that's what I've had a long, really, really successful career. I've enjoyed it.
Well, that's really good. One of the formulas that I see, if I look back at my life, is if you stay like in one career and finish that career out, but still do something on the side that you enjoy doing, whether it's fixing up houses or buying property or making online training and courses and webinars, which it looks like you have done some work in that place.
I have.
I found prescriptionsforhappiness.com.
Right.
So, and you have a beautiful website.
Thank you.
You started the right direction. So how far have you gone with this other business? And how do you blend it with your existing business?
Oh, okay. Well, so this venture started because I was a retail pharmacist, and I noticed that there was a lot of problems with my coworkers hating their work and being very crabby at work and being very exhausted. Even though the money was good, they were very unhappy. And I thought that it'd be good to kind of try to solve that problem. And then somehow, I think like 2 years when I was into retail pharmacy, I literally got hit by a truck on my way to work and ended up having to be off work and became a patient in a system. I've always been a provider in this system. I've never been a patient. I use alternative medicine at home. So I was a patient in the allopathic system. It was fascinating. I'm like, oh my God, inside scoop now. I've been on this side. Now I'm a patient. So many things we can change and make it better for our patients and make it better for us. It's a win-win. So I created courses for mostly pharmacists and some physicians about how to communicate, how to deal with conflict, how to keep your energy at work, how to maintain a positive attitude, all things that make you feel better, get your head on straight, keep your body in shape. And also taught some courses in alternative medicine for my tribe, because alternative medicine is such a huge thing and we get such bizarre questions from people. They hear from Dr. Oz or somebody about this alternative modality or that. And I feel like the pharmacists will be a lot happier if they knew and understood a little bit about that, so that they could guide people in the right direction and not be so judgmental about it, as well as the physicians, because we tend to be a bit judgmental about people who use alternative medicine, and that only hurts us and the patient. So some strategies for that. So I did webinars and trainings, and it was a lot of fun. It's fun. And right now I'm looking at doing, and some marketing. I helped some people that wanted to get into the wellness movement do some marketing and messaging. We did some, help people with some websites and some copywriting, things like that. Right now I'm going to be working with some physicians who are doing concierge medicine, which I believe is the wave of the future, and helping them with their messaging and marketing. So it's kind of evolved, and grown as I've grown with it. Where is the need? Where can I serve? I love communication and connection. So it's not a kind of a different theme. It's just taking what I've learned, both being in the front lines of healthcare and how to connect with people and figure out where the pain is and how to best help them and connect with them. And then it's kind of grown into something a little bit bigger. So it's been a great ride.
Well, I love your website. I mean,
thank you. And it's really looking in pill bottles. It's just, I'm not the kind of gal that can stand and look in pill bottles all day long. That's not going to help people as much as, getting out there and figuring out, we have a healthcare crisis. What can we as healthcare providers really do to solve the problem? And it's not work faster, and it's not work harder, and it's not fill more prescriptions in a faster amount of time, contrary to popular belief. And, the physicians are under the same type of pressure, see more patients in less time. That is not going to fix the sickness in this country. So anything I can do to help a different kind of movement, get the message out to doctors or wellness people or whoever's doing something different, that's what I do.
Well, tell us a little bit about your message. What's the first thing you would tell someone coming to you? So how do I have a prescription for happiness? What's the first thing I need to do?
Well, it depends. So like if you're, a patient, and I do sometimes work one-on-one with patients who want to, they still are on a lot of pills and they use a lot of the allopathic system, but they want to get well. So they want to transition from sickness to wellness. And I think that's where a lot of Americans are going to be. We're going to have to find a way to transition and do it cost effectively. The pills are going to go up in price. The insurance premiums are going up. We need to get out of this kind of sickness modality. So we'll take like an assessment. What pills are you taking? What are you really doing? Like, we've got to get to the truth. I've got to get people to trust me quickly so that I know what they're actually taking. Are they doing some supplements? Are they doing some Reiki? Are they doing some reflexology? Do they have a homeopath that they're not telling their allopath about? So we really get down to it. Let's assess. What do you got going on? And do you know why you're doing what you're doing? So many people are taking pills, for example, and they don't know why. It's just crazy to me, but it's so prevalent in the system. So why are you taking them? Are you getting good results from them? We need to start talking about results. Like, are we just popping pills to pop pills? Are we popping this pill to counteract the side effect of that one? Why are we doing these things? So we've got to, assess the situation and then look at what resources you have and where we can make some adjustments and why you would want to make those adjustments. So generally the individuals that come to me are very highly motivated. They're type A, they're CEOs, they're business people. They're using the pills to get it as an advantage because they don't want to lose their power, but there's probably other ways that they can do it. And so I help them with that. Is it transitioning them into this alternative practitioner or that one? It's really like a strategy, truly, like a wellness strategy. I'm more like a strategist than like a coach. And then if you're a doctor or an alternative medicine person and you want to hone your message and get more patients in your practice and make a bigger impact with your work, then we work on some messaging. So then the prescription for you becomes, let's tweak your messaging or your business strategy. So it depends on who I'm talking to.
So you've got different tailored for different people, different situations, and
I do, and it's all it's all in my wheelhouse. It's all about wellness, communication, connection, and getting messaging.
So how long have you had this website?
Oh, I think the website. I always go back to the truck accident because that started everything. So I think I got hit by the truck in 2011. By the time I got that up, it was 2012. So since then,
it's responsive. You've got a good platform, a great starting place. So if everyone start where you are, get that framework in place, you can build on it, then work on your message and getting out there and doing those things that you do, like coaching, talking to people. So you get in the pharmacy, you get to talk to people every day, right?
Yes, I do make it a point. I mean, I get very bored keeping my head down looking at the pill bottle. So and again, you've only got so much time because we fill so many prescriptions a day. So I found ways to really connect quickly, get people to trust me quickly so they tell me what I need to know. And I can then tell them what they need to know, read the situation very quickly. Because, not everybody wants to revamp their health or get into alternative or get well. But there's still things that they can do, little things. Anybody can do a little thing. So I try to give them some love every day, a little dose of love along with their prescriptions, and some comfort and connection. I have a lot of loyal customers that come and they say things like, "Oh, Mary, we just want a dose of you." So
that's nice.
That's fun.
So
I think they should give me an NDC number or something.
One last question before we go to break. In a pharmacy, your local pharmacy, do they only have like one pharmacist and then there's other people working for the pharmacist? Is that how it works?
In general, that's the setup. Yes, because a pharmacist is the most costly person there. And then they hire technicians that do the other work, the filling, the computer stuff, pulling the drugs, counting the drugs.
How long do you have to go to school to become a pharmacist?
I did 5 years because, I'm so old, but now it's generally you go 4 years as an undergrad and then your pharmacy degree is another 3 or 4 years.
Wow. I know it's a lot of work and you learn a lot. Now I could go on and on asking questions. I won't because I think other questions. I know a pharmacist real well. And anyway, very good. So we're going to go to a break and we're going to come back and talk about your life and success principles, which really fit into what you do.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, good. Good.
Okay, we're back from the break for Mary, and we're going to our fun part, especially today, because we're going to talk about life and success principles. And a lot of that has to do with health and life and your mental attitude. So the first one Mary brought up was say yes to good stuff. What does that mean? Oh,
I love that. That can mean so many things. And I think people really pass up on good stuff that comes their way. Like just something so simple, like someone asks if they can do you a favor. and you say no, like you just don't want to burden them or whatever, or someone gives you a compliment and you don't say thank you. Like in the pharmacy, I teach the pharmacists, you need to stop and make eye contact after you've helped somebody and wait for them to say thank you. And so you can receive that, because that gratitude is really good stuff. And then you're turning your head and walking away and you didn't get the good stuff. And that happens in life anywhere where we don't stop long enough to receive all the good stuff that's coming to us. And so that can apply. That's the simplest way that it can apply, like every day. And say yes to the good stuff could mean say yes to good, fresh food versus something that's processed, that's not so good. Could mean saying yes to a good conversation. It's anything good. Like, look for the goodness and say yes to that.
Very good. So what do you think some of the best things, what can I do today to embrace? You just sort of said some things. What specifically should I do today to embrace that concept? Say yes to that stuff.
To say yes to the good stuff. Well, first of all, be aware, like set your intention. There's going to be good stuff today. And so then it's on your radar, right? And then when the good stuff comes, just say yes. Just whatever that means. If it means, you need a favor and you're afraid to ask for it, go ahead and ask for it. And someone would offer it, say, I'd like to do that for you. Then you're grateful and you say yes to that. If you're looking to make a choice of eating something that's really going to make you energized, say yes to that. It's looking for it. But first you got to look for it. If you don't see it, you can't say yes to it, no matter what it is, an opportunity or a nice piece of avocado, as you mentioned. If you aren't looking for it and you can't see it, you can't say yes.
Hey, I'm trying something with my daughters right now, 13 and 15. We put a lot of energy into gymnastics in this household and academics. Those are the two things that they're supposed to focus on.
That's good. That's really good stuff.
Academics, gymnastics, and family. Those are good three
very good stuff.
Balancing steps.
Good medicine.
But we're trying to convince them that we're trying to take some capsules of oil and different oils, and they don't want to take the oils. And we know it's good stuff.
Right.
So how do I do 13 and 15? How do I get them to take their capsules of oils, which are supplements?
Well, there has to be something in it for them. It can't be just to take the pills to take the pills. Like I see that in the pharmacy all the time. I hate my pills. I hate my pills. Like, why do you hate your pills? Because you don't understand what they're doing for you. So like, what would be in it for them? What are teenagers concerned about? They want good skin. They want a good brain. I mean, a good brain is going to help with academics, which is a value in your house. We know that those good oils are good for your brain. We know they're good for your skin. They're good for your hair. So what's in it for them? You got to lead with that with anything, right? Like, what's Perfect. In it for them? Don't do it for me. Do it for you. Like, this is for you. Oh my God, this beautiful supplement that I bought for you is going to make you smart and pretty, and it's going to be so great for you. Yay for the pills. And we always, if we take supplements in my house, which we pay good money for because they are not covered by insurance, we have a big celebration about it. They are the best thing in the world, and yay. And, the water that we drink with it. Oh, thank God we live in a country where we can afford these beautiful supplements.
I'm going to try that technique and we'll see how it works. The 13-year-old
is big into drama. I program my kids for, we have a big celebration over something like supplements. We have the same celebration about a good avocado, mind you.
Yeah. Now you have daughters. I know that from talking to mine, and they're athletes, right?
Jane Ann is our youngest. Yeah.
So what are their ages?
Well, our kids range from ages, I think 31 down to 18. He's got two. I had two. I have a son and a daughter, and we have Jane Ann together as our youngest, who's 18.
You're close to us. We have a 29-year-old, a 13, and a 15-year-old.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Very big split there. And we started pretty young. Met my wife when she was 19. So anyway, so that's kind of fun. That's good. I learned something from that. I'm going to try your technique there.
Okay.
So, go. Now this is, I don't quite understand this. And if I read it right, go in the direction.
Go in the direction it's headed. That's kind of a specific way to solve conflict. That's specific for conflict because conflict is inevitable. Like in the pharmacy, there's a lot of conflict with customers and your coworkers, and in life, we have a lot of conflict. So it basically means if somebody is really, really upset with something, or upset with you, and they're coming at you with this strong energy, your immediate response might be to block that energy in some way, to say, no, you're wrong. No, I didn't. That's not right. And I'm saying do the opposite of that and let them have that energy. Let them have it. I'm really upset with you about this. Instead of saying, you have no right to be upset with me, or that has nothing to do with me, or how dare you, just say, go with it. Tell me more about why you're upset with me. just let them have it so that energy can run its course. So you're kind of going in that direction instead of fighting it. And then you let that person have it and then stay with them, which is hard to do. Our initial reaction is to avoid conflict at all costs. I'm saying that is not productive. Go with the direction, go with the conflict, even if it's uncomfortable, because that's going to get you to the resolution faster. So it's a specific technique I use with conflict, because conflict's unavoidable. We hate to talk about it. We hate to deal with it. I've got many webinars that I would teach about conflict, and we're not going to get away from even internal conflict. You know, like, oh, I'm scared to do this. We shouldn't be scared, so stop being scared. Just shut up and do it. That doesn't always work as a technique. Like sometimes we have to let ourselves have our fear and then explore that a little bit, like go in that direction of the fear, get it out, look at it, as opposed to stuffing stuff down all the time. We live in our medical culture is all about stopping the symptom. You know, I'm in pain, I have a fever. What? Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. As opposed to going with it and going deeper and seeing what message could be there underlying it, or what really we need to look at. My solutions are not quick fixes. I don't think we need to stop everything in its tracks. Sometimes you need to go with it. You
could break down that one line into a whole show.
Oh, totally. All four of those really could be. There's many subtopics on all of those. These are big ideas.
I like this. These are brand new. These will be on my list down below because they're all new.
Oh, I'm so glad you like
my 100+ person list, and I'll put your name by them.
Oh, I'm so glad.
It's my temporary list. I show people. I don't know if you got a chance to look at the success principles.
No, I haven't.
Really?
This is the last minute. I was working out downstairs so I could be literally pumped for this interview.
At the break, I'll drop those in. It's
okay,
amazing. This is really good. If someone gives you an out, take it.
Yes. Okay. So a lot of times, again, we struggle, and somebody just like lets you off the hook. And so instead of just saying, okay, thank God I'm off the hook, like say you're in way over your head and obligations, like women do this, right? We get way over our head in obligations, and someone will come and say to you, you know what? You don't have to do that. You're kind of off the hook. They give you an out and you don't take it. You have to be the martyr. Like, stop doing that. Like, someone gives you an out. They get you off the hook. They accept what you're saying. You know, you've made some headway. Go with that. You have to fight everything.
You know, too many obligations. That happens to everybody when they change their lifestyle.
It does, and we're so used to taking on more and more and more and more. We don't even realize where there could be a potential out that could really free us up, because you know the universe is conspiring to help you. So even though you've made the mistake of maybe taking on more than you should, and you forgot your rule to say no. I had a rule to say no, and I forgot it. So now I'm in way over my head. You know, there may be an out. So take it. It doesn't make you a bad person. You know, we're all learning here. We all have a tendency to want to please and take on a lot and do a lot so we can say, yay, I do so much, right?
I have a nonprofit I built a website for and also hosted in one of my providers, as well as I've been doing free streaming media for 2 years. Now, that said, though, I've got a lot out of it, but I just don't have the time to continue. Some of the people we've streamed have been the Attorney General of the state, the congressman.
Wow. That's impressive.
Who have been speakers. And my whole mission was to cross-train and train them to do this. And it's not that complicated.
Right.
Until you sort of step back and say, no, I won't do that anymore. You have to get your own equipment. You've got a lot of money. You've done really well. I set up your channel. I'll still back out you up the backside. But until you actually step back, they'll never take over. So,
right.
And the other thing, too, is I think you're more appreciated, too, when you step back, if you do it in the right way.
Always in the right way, as gracefully as possible. When you're taking those steps, they're graceful, right?
I'm not always graceful. That's one of my shortcomings, being a West Point grad and military.
Oh. Well, I'm sure you try.
Sometimes we're just used to say, just do it.
Yeah. Please. I fall into the same thing. Yeah, just please, let me out.
Let's just do it. If someone gives you an out, take it. Okay, you got that. And then finally, this is the final. This is good. Never ever pick up someone else's baggage. We can't say that word because we're rated through iTunes.
Yes, that's probably the biggest one. We tend to really want to take other people's bags of, you know what, other people's bags of crap, so that they don't have, right? So they don't have the burden. Oh, look how good I am. I've taken their burden from them. And really, you have done them no service at all, because they have that baggage and burden for a reason. And when you take it, then they don't have it, and then they don't get to work on their stuff or their work on their they're crap. And if you don't get to work on your crap, then you never get better. Plus, as we're looking over there and saying, oh, this poor bird, and look at, they've got this, and I'm just going to take it from them. You're forgetting that you can't take it because your hands are full of your own bags of crap. You got your own stuff to work on. Work on you.
Well, we'll
work on you.
We'll take a break and we'll come back with your commercial. Okay, Mary, what we're going to do is we're going to put in a couple commercials here from my business. Probably put in one of my wife's commercials, which is a relocation service and her real estate company.
Okay.
And then we're going to go on to your commercial. So here, we're going to come back right now. Mary, well, we're coming on a commercial now, and this is let me start again. Mary, this is your commercial. So tell the listener how they can get a hold of you and what can they do for you.
Okay. So if you are a pharmacist or a doctor that wants to get into the wellness movement and attract a tribe of patients or customers, you could even call me at 330-592-5793, or you could email me at mary@prescriptionsforhappiness.com. And we could have a free, I generally do a strategy session with people for free, about 45 minutes. I look at what you have, what you want to do, see if I can help you.
Very good. I'm going to send this out today, this afternoon, to at least about 10 doctors, physicians, and wellness people who I know, and some have been on the show, because I see what you've done with your website and where you're going. And I think it's really you're a good example to other people who can help more people by embracing social media, websites, and webinars.
Right.
That's what's nice about this platform is we can embrace so many more people. And
you can. Yeah. You just need a little bit of training, a little bit of know-how. You got to get your messaging down and all that kind of thing. I have a lovely team behind me who are very good at that. And I've done some really good things for people.
Very good. Yeah. So we're going to go to one last question. Okay, Mary, for one last question, Mike was episode 147. He has 7 principles. Out of those 7 principles, which one do you like the best?
I think there's 2, but if I had to pick one, it's his willingness to use social media, to use new things, to try new things. Even if he doesn't know how to use it, he'll hear about something, he'll go in, he'll figure it out. It's just this fearlessness about embracing change, and then how to figure out how to get that new media to connect with people so that he can keep doing his good work. It's really inspiring, his fearlessness in that area.
I love that. So I got to ask you, what's the second?
What would be the second thing? The team. He loves team. Teams are so important. He's a coach. He believes in teams and what they can do, what people can do together, and how people can work together. And that the metaphor of sports and how you learn as a kid in sports really translates to the real world. And I think he sees that, how he does that with the kids. He knows he's serving them for something greater that they don't even see yet. He knows they're going to use those principles later and they don't even know yet. So I love that he does that. And that's such a passion. Well,
very good. So that brings our show to an end. This is kind of neat. The very first husband-wife combination to be on Timelines. And he was hiding you. You should have been on a long time ago.
Oh, no, he's not. It's my fear. He was pushing and I'm stubborn.
Looking at your website and you had fear. I don't get it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. This is so much fun.
Don't go away. We're going to be up for a couple of minutes for questions from the listeners.
Okay. About syringe style feeding tubes. I do have a connection in that area. I have a really brilliant dietitian / nutritionist who I think could answer that question or give some tips. So what I will do, Diane, it says you signed up for my mailing list. I will get that and shoot you an email. I'll get that answer for you.
I'll sign up too. How's your list doing? You're building your list.
I was building it and then I kind of stopped blogging and stopped interacting with my list. And so then it kind of fell off because I was doing other things. I just got involved in another kind of little side project.
I did that with this show, and in retrospect, I wish I hadn't done it completely. I pulled off Timelines. I kept it going. I think you can back off because it really drops off and it comes back. It's hard to explain.
Yeah. I just have to decide, who my audience is, and it's shifted, obviously. My first audience was retail pharmacists who really weren't interested in my product. So my list is mostly people who aren't interested in my product. So then I shifted over to intuition and, just again, teaching basically the same kind of principles.
Do you know what you use for a email host or provider like MailChimp?
It's Aweber.
Aweber. Yeah. I tell people stick with Aweber for a long time. I went to Infusionsoft too soon.
See, I had a big thing too. I didn't need it. My product wasn't selling. I had this whole big system, and then I ended up backing up and going to Aweber, which was so smart. It's affordable for me right now. It's just what I need right now. You should, grow with your people. Don't be ahead. I made so many mistakes. That was one of them.
I have I have the nonprofit into MailChimp because they just need a place to collect them and work a little bit. But Aweber is much better than MailChimp.
Oh, I love it.
I had Aweber. I wish I'd stuck with Aweber because it's easy to work with. It's a great platform. It's funny. Some people say, no, you should go right into, if you're serious about a business. In fact, I have someone on the next few days. You're serious about a business. You should be using like Infusionsoft. Well, Infusionsoft is so tough to you have, if you have $5,000 to $7,000 to hire a real expert who like and trust to run it for you, then you can use Infusionsoft.
Well, that's it. I mean, I don't know. There's a certain, I get it, go all in and whatever. But then there's a certain aspect of bootstrapping.
Where are you from? Where are you from originally?
I was born in Pittsburgh and I was raised in Clarion, Pennsylvania.
Oh, right there. Okay. So we're West Coast. Well,
small town. Yeah.
What's Mike up to today?
Oh, probably more blabbing, teaching me more social media stuff. I know he's doing some writing, some copywriting, and
yeah, he showed up. He's back. He can, if you have to go, he can handle the show. There you
go. Hi, baby.
Hi. No, I didn't want to get on because we're going to echo here.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Why would you echo?
Well, I hear my voice in the other room.
We need to design you that new house.
Yeah.
I've got this software that you can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So weird. So,
yeah, no, she's right around the corner. So I even when I was listening to it, I put my headphones in because I was getting her live voice and then her recorded voice on Blab.
I've got two places I can hear myself here, but it's a cheesy system I have. You guys did well, so you came out well. So you didn't give her your high speed. You should have given her your high speed location.
My high speed location.
I'm joking. You like your mic and stuff, and she gave her.
You know what? I didn't want to blow her out of the water, so I figured. I said as long as her MacBook was going to give good sound, we're going to be good. So, plus I was working here and I didn't feel like moving my laptop. So
a MacBook is one of the few computers that can actually handle the quality enough sound.
Because my PC here, the camera was terrible. I have the Logitech 920.
It's not bad. I've had some good sound on that. It's by accident.
No, my PC was horrible. So when I went to Logitech, that's what I use.
I should have done my test real fast. I always do this test. Make sure I have the right mic.
Well, I'm talking about the visual side, the camera. I have the camera that's hooked up to my top of my laptop because where she's right on her laptop.
No, the 920, I know, but the 920 has a mic too.
Yeah, no, it does. That's right.
920 mic is not bad.
Yeah.
I've actually had some pretty good sound coming through the 920 mic. Both
That's
receivers.
right. I did find that out by accident, and then with this hand, I had he had to pick these up to be more fancy.
Oh, I love those mics.
Yeah.
I should have you buy one. I need to call. So many stuff I have to do at the end of the year. So, how long you guys been married?
18 years.
You got an 18-year, your daughter.
Yeah.
You're still in high school, right?
No, freshman.
College.
Freshman.
College.
You're all through high school then? You're done?
Yeah.
The high school years go so fast.
Real fast.
Our son went like that. I mean, I went to all his wrestling. I enjoyed his wrestling so much in high school. They're all-day events.
Oh, I wrestled and coached it for a while, and that was probably one of the things that kept me away from it. Was I hated going to tournaments.
Our social group was the wrestling team.
Yeah.
In high school, he did track, and he was cross country number 2 man. He wrestled lightweight, and what else did he? Track, cross country, and track. Yeah, track, wrestling in between. But he was a lightweight. He was wrestling I think he started at 103. That may sound right. I can't believe it's that light. Or 112. What's the lightest way?
Well, it used to be 98, but I think it's like 103 now in high school. Yeah. College, I think, is 125 or something.
He was 119. No, he wrestled 119, 125 in college, and his normal weight's 145.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to sign off.
Okay, thank you, Mary. Appreciate it. I'm recording.
So much fun. So, Mike, do I just hit the little X up here?
Yes.
Watch, I can sign you. Just wave. You got to wave. Wave.
Yeah.
Wave. Bye. We got to get your numbers up. Don't leave yet. We want to get you up to like 500.
Oh, good.
Right.
So if everyone can help out, let's get her to 500, both of us.
All right, that sounds like a great thing. I don't know.
Let's 700. Let's do 700. You can't leave till we get I like 700. That's a better. I'm superstitious.
All right, then we'll do the same thing for you.
I was in Korea for a year, so I like feng shui and all those.
Oh, we got good feng shui in our house, don't we, baby?
Yes.
I swear I designed houses, and if I could put some feng shui engineering into them,
oh, you have to.
They were nice. They came out.
You got to get that energy flowing, get that good chi flowing.
We want 700. Come on, 700. Well, you're doing reverse. Yeah, it's like this is the good thing. Remember you talked about one of your first things is say yes to good stuff.
Yes.
This is good stuff.
We're saying yes. We're both saying yes.
A little simple. We're gonna get to 700.
Almost there.
Get a good number. 700 or 800 is a good number.
There we go.
Hey, yay for me.
We got it.
Okay, bye.
There we go. That's a good number. 721.
Yeah.
And she did it. She got turned herself off. Your wife just turned herself off.
She's learning. She did.
I can't looking at her web. Man, she's got a great website. Where's your website?
I don't even think I have one. I just use that capture page.
Oh yeah, I forgot your capture page.
I just the your and lifeinsurance411.com.
The basics, and her capture page comes right up in the front.
Right. I mean, nobody's going to read about. There's. It went back to that philosophy of, why slow it down? Why have a bunch of pages that nobody's going to read? If they're coming to me, it's because they want to talk. They want insurance. They don't want to read about it. So. Yeah. So I kind of went with that philosophy. I mean, I have a website with that my partner has. It's all security compliant and all that, and it has my picture and stuff. But what is that one called? That's southernfinancialconsultants.com, and because he's based out of Georgia. But and I think that's on my business card, but I don't even use my business cards anymore.
She's definitely niching into pharmacists. So what she could do, I didn't say this, she could send a postcard out to every pharmacist, the list. Mm-hmm. Hey, come on, check out my website and Prescription to Happiness, and they'll show you how to have a happier time in your pharmacy or something like that. Not like
well, like I said, as she said, that was the first route she took, and we had a lot of discussions with this. This is what it came down to. Pharmacists on a bad day are making about $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
And they can make much more. If they want to work more. And so as much as they may hate it while they're there, when they get home in the nice house with the wine and the TV, they can forget about it. So they didn't really want to engage in any more conversation about being happier at work.
Well, the magic number is $70,000 for income. If you can stay out of debt and make about $70,000, that seems like the happiness factor. At least I've heard.
Yeah, so that's what she was dealing with. They didn't want to come home and spend more time learning about how to be happy at work.
Yeah,
I mean, it's your high end of trading time for dollars.
More important, though, I say would be, since you're a high touch, you see the clientele, and they're usually there because they need something, but to try to help their happiness, your clients.
Well, that's what she does. She's very rare in that respect, that she will get out from behind the counter. I mean, there's pharmacists that will sit with their head down and just count, like she says, count by fives the whole day, and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, she's caught countless mistakes by physicians and even the people making the mistake of they're taking all these different medications that can affect each other, and they didn't tell their doctor, and she'll catch that, and she'll get on the phone with the doctor and say, hey, this is, we got to do something about this. So she goes well beyond what at least what I've seen as far as what your average pharmacist would do, because they're happy, they know they're going to get paid, but here's the side of it, and she didn't even get into that, is that's going to change.
Because of healthcare?
That and just the more automated ways that you can get your drugs now, that they won't need the pharmacist, and you're going to see, potentially see a shift in what they're making. just like what the government's doing to doctors. I mean, they're pretty much controlling their income.
Right. That's interesting. I know we use Target. They've got those no bottles and all that for my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Mom's amazing how she's 90 and we thought she has a little bit of dementia, but then she sort of came back, which is, she doesn't have Alzheimer's. It's really weird. They thought she might have had really strange things, but she's pretty healthy.
That's good, because that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Who was it? Who was it I just heard? Oh, I was talking to some interesting. It was a health and nutrition company that I was involved in a long, long time ago. And I was talking with somebody who I hadn't talked to in years. And she had mentioned how the wife, who she had to be probably in her, maybe late 60s, had died of Alzheimer's. And I, normally you don't hear that, because at least what I'm seeing is that the physically the people are very in good health. It's just they don't know where they are, but everything else is working fine. So she didn't know what it was exactly. But
in real Alzheimer's, your brain starts closing down, and the functions that keep you healthy start dissipating.
So maybe, yeah. But I guess hers must have come pretty quick, because
different speeds, yeah.
Yeah, which was, it's ironic that she was, had been taking probably the best nutrition on the planet, and God had another path.
My uncle, my dad, my mom is still alive at 90, and she's been healthy her whole life because she started in pre-med in USC, and she just got it. And Southern California, she stayed really healthy. A little bit of problem with melanomas, but they took care of that in their 50s. And then they started taking care of, making sure they didn't get the sun and all that. Mm-hmm. And then my uncle, who's my dad's brother, he's 96 years old, and he's amazing health. But they had good lifestyles. He went off to war, but his lifestyle when he came back was excellent. I think lifestyle, how you live, is important.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that.
And I know I always feel, you do that insurance, and I always feel comfortable knowing for the next 12 years at least, if something happens to me, my family is taken care of.
Right. I mean, that's another side of it, because there's a lot of things that aren't in your, I think as far as the longevity, there are some things that are quote unquote under your control, mm-hmm. but at the end of the day, there are a lot of things that are not.
Oh, you never know. You can buy a car.
Well, just like what Mary experienced. I mean, when I saw the car, I was amazed that, she came out with a broken rib and a busted nose, and that was it, because there was no driver's side left, so
2011, maybe I should have talked about that more I'm trying to think how to make a better show. Maybe I should ask, well, what was the one thing that came out of that wreck that really changed your life? Because everything changes life. What do you think?
Well, I mean, you could do, title it life-changing events in your life that changed your path.
How did that wreck change your life?
Me?
Make you think different?
No. I have to say not a whole lot. I mean, it was, there was nothing that I guess the only one thing that is, we travel on that highway quite a bit, and right where the exit is, and that, and even you go by and you go, that's where it was. And then that particular accident that day was on the front page of the newspaper. So we still have the newspaper over here with her car crash, crumbled over to the side of the road, and it was snowy and everything. And, but as far as, it didn't, no, I good or bad, no, it did not. It did not. But for her, yes, definitely.
She has red hair. My wife has red hair. We're in the red hair clan.
Well, hers is fake, so.
Oh, no. Gonna get slapped for that.
Yeah, hers is fake.
See, we're live. We're on YouTube. Me on YouTube.
Yeah.
You're in trouble now.
Yeah.
It doesn't look fake to me on the picture.
Yeah.
So I should ask you, what color is your hair?
Yeah.
You don't.
I don't know. Yeah, I truly don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I have to go back and look.
That's too much information.
The wedding pictures or something.
Yeah, my wife's red hair is turning a little bit. It's changing. She's strawberry blonde, and it does change. So, what are you up to today? How do we get rich?
Just that little program that I'm working on. We're doing I'm doing a bunch of things. I'm out there searching for businesses. We're picking up some content, and I'm inputting into our little secret system we have here. So.
You know what I want to do if I don't have scheduled timelines, because I could push this harder. I'm going to look at my schedule right now. I've got some pretty good automated systems now. So I've got Rick Martinez tomorrow, and then wow, Friday is open still, and Saturday's open. Next week I've got 11th, 12th, 13th are filled up. You know what day fills up before any other day is like Tuesday is filled out as far as it could. I allow 3 weeks. Tuesday is filled out for 3 weeks.
That's good.
So Tuesday is people's favorite day, and there's the high-end folks ended up on Tuesday. There must be something about Tuesday. They like Tuesday. I used to do a lot of my recordings on Tuesday. But doing this daily, what I thought is if I come up and do a real quick blab and maybe grab you or somebody else, say we don't have a guest today, but we want to have a timeline slot. So let's talk for 10 or 15 minutes about one principle of leadership or online business or whatever it might be. Yeah, I think your wife has really got a great platform to start off of with this website.
Oh man, she could.
I mean, if you could get the platform set up for somebody ahead of time, and just build it and have trust. And I wonder what she's using for like a host. Or it's a fast site too. You know what she pays a month for that?
For her website?
Yeah, it's fast.
I don't know.
It's really fast.
I don't know who's on the back end of hers. I mean, that was the other part of it too, is that she went through this.
Hey, do me a favor, refresh once. Go. I'm going to pause.